Good day to Dr. Jacqueline and everyone. Today we are excited to present our research on exploring the impact of employee traits, career adaptability and supervisor-rated performance in the post-pandemic workplace. This study seeks to understand how various employee traits and organizational factors shape performance in a rapidly evolving work environment. We are Group 7, Muhammad Azwan bin Palianan, Hazim Shafiq bin Hamidi, and Mirda binti Azros. The introduction. Organizations today face unprecedented challenges due to globalization, technological advancement, and the lasting effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. The shift towards digitalization, flexible work schedules, and remote work has reshaped the workplace. However, it has also led to challenges such as decreased interpersonal relationships, heightened stress, and the need for rapid adaptation. To ensure organizational success, employee performance remains a crucial factor. In this study, we explore the impact of self-efficacy, perceived organizational support, career adaptability, and employee well-being on job performance. The background study. Over the past decade, employee well-being and adaptability have gained increased attention for their role in driving organizational success. Employee well-being encompasses mental, emotional, and physical health, directly influencing productivity, job satisfaction, and retention. Career adaptability, on the other hand, allows employees to manage change and overcome workplace barriers. Workers who are adaptable are more likely to thrive in dynamic environments. Another critical element is perceived organizational support, which reflects employees' belief that their organization values their contribution and well-being. Lastly, self-efficacy, the confidence in one's ability to perform tasks, plays a major role in resilience and job performance. While these factors have been studied separately, little is known about their collective impact, particularly in the post-pandemic era. This research aims to bridge that gap. Statement of problem. The COVID-19 pandemic drastically altered workplace dynamics, introducing new technologies, remote work, and heightened concerns for employee well-being. These rapid changes have resulted in significant challenges such as low morale, employee fatigue, and productivity struggles. Despite knowing that, organizational support, career adaptability, and self-efficacy influence job performance, it remains unclear how these elements interact in today's work environment. Without clear insights, organizations struggle to implement effective strategies that enhance both employee well-being and performance. This study aims to provide a framework that helps organizations build a more adaptable and resilient workforce. Research objectives and questions. Our research is guided by 4 key objectives. Number 1 is to assess how perceived organizational support influences employee performance and adaptability. Number 2, to examine the role of employee well-being in job performance and career adaptability. Number 3, to analyze how self-efficacy enhances resilience and productivity. And number 4, to evaluate the combined effect of self-efficacy, adaptability, well-being, and organizational support on job performance. Research questions. To achieve these objectives, we address the following research questions. Number 1, what is the impact of perceived organizational support on employee performance? Number 2, how does employee well-being influence an individual's ability to adapt to a career change? Number 3, what role does self-efficacy play in enhancing job performance and resilience? And number 4, how do these variables collectively predict job performance in a rapidly changing work environment. Let's talk about scope of study. Our research involves a diverse population of employees across multiple industries. A sample size of 378 participants was chosen to ensure robust statistical analysis. Key variables include career adaptability, employee well-being, self-efficacy, perceived organizational support, and job performance. We employ a quantitative methodology using statistical techniques such as regression analysis and correlation to identify patterns. While the study provides significant insights, it has limitations such as resilience on self-reported data and short-term focus. Future research could expand on these findings through qualitative methods or longitudinal analysis. Significance of study. This study makes important contributions both theoretically and practically. Theoretically, contribution. It fills a gap in research by examining the combined effects of career adaptability, employee well-being, organizational support, and self-efficacy on job performance. For practical implications, our findings provide actionable insights for HR professionals, helping them design training and development programs that enhance adaptability and performance. Organizations can use these insights to develop support programs, well-being initiatives, and self-efficacy training to improve employee engagement and retention. By prioritizing these factors, companies can create a resilient workforce prepared for the evolving workplace. So in conclusion, our study aims to provide roadmap for organizations navigating the challenges of the post-pandemic workplace by understanding and leveraging employee traits like self-efficacy, career adaptability, and perceived organizational support. Companies can build a more motivated, adaptable, and high-performing workforce.
Good evening to Dr. Jacqueline. Today I will be discussing key factors influencing employee performance and career adaptability in post-pandemic world. The shift from remote to hybrid work, along with technology advancement, has changed workplace dynamic, making adaptability and support system more crucial than ever. Okay, next, there are 5 major factors that impact job performance: career ability, employee well-being, job performance itself, perceived organizational support, and self-efficacy. Each of these play a role in how employees navigate challenge and maintain productivity. Let's take a closer look at this factor. Career adaptability refers to an employee's ability to handle change in the work environment. Employees who can adjust quickly to new conditions tend to perform better. On the other hand, employee well-being, both mental and physical, is crucial. A supportive work environment reduces stress, burnout, leading to better performance. Job performance is determined by several factors, including motivation, adaptability, and organizational support. Organizations that invest in employee resources, such as training program and flexible work arrangement, tend to see higher job satisfaction, better productivity, and lower turnover rate. Self-efficacy is an individual confident in their ability to achieve goals and overcome challenges. Employees with high self-efficacy are more resilient and proactive in learning new skills. In conclusion, organizations should focus on career adaptability, well-being, and support to create high-performing and motivated workforce. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Mida binti Idros. My ID number 2022271274. For data analysis and findings, sample demographic, gender, age, education, high mean score for adaptability, well-being performance, organizational support and well-being as significant predictors. Career adaptability show a trade-off effect. So for frequency distribution respondent profile, this one is a gender. So gender distribution among the respondent reveals that male respondent constitute of 61.9%, while female respondent constitute of 38.1%. All percentage have total to a perfect 100%. Therefore, there are no missing data of any kind. The sample population is dominated by male participants. For cross-tabulation, the age distribution of the respondent indicates that the young people comprise most, since 38.9% are aged from 30 to 30 years, and 28.6% are aged below 20 years, both together constituting of the total sample. So lesser amount accounted for by the 31 to 40 years. 41 to 50 years is 13.8%, and 51 years and above 7.4%. It suggests that the respondent of the survey were on the whole younger. For the level of education, the education level of the respondents showed that most have diploma qualification as the highest attained qualification, with a percentage of 34.1%, followed by degree holder with 25.4%. Considerable numbers have qualification consistent with secondary education level as SPM, SVM, and STPM holders with 22.8%, and PMR or PT3 holders with 5.0%. As for those with higher education, master degree holders are 8.2%, and PhD holders are 4.5%. Those are the smallest groups, which reflects the concentration of most respondents at mid-level of education. For discrete statistic, so mean score are high across all variables. The overall average score for all the variables is greater than 4.0, which means that the respondents respond to the career adaptability, employee well-being, job performance, perceived organizational support, and self-efficacy items are generally high. In this case, it could imply that the respondents have a good opinion about this variable and their respective items. So this is a standard deviation. For the standard deviation for job performance is the widest, having a mean of 0.91836, which demonstrates how people rating on this variable are not consistent compared to the other variables. For other variables, for example, career adaptability and perceived organizational support, experience show moderate variability, suggesting that these are areas where the respondent views are more homogeneous. For the skewness, all the respondents, which is everyone, has stated the performance and activity done for this organization had high success rates, and so all the variable is having negative skewness, which centers slightly opposite to skewness normal, with a left-hand bias of negative 1.063. Employee well-being was one of the most rated variable along with the other variables. For the kurtosis, this is a clustering of responses toward the mean score of with the executive variable still being low, which means that the distribution is sharper than the rest of the other variables. Despite being under the low end of the variables, the two remaining variables, employee well-being 0.557 and perceived organizational support 0.328, have the highest percentage of respondents. For this slide, scale measurement reliability analysis. So in 378 cases, 100% automatically it can be inferred that all the 378 cases were retained in the analysis where there are no lost or invalid cases. Excluded case and 0 cases, this means no data was excluded, such as missing value or errors in the data set. Total class 378 cases, 100%. The above also confirmed that the data set indeed had a total of 378 cases, all of which were valid and unable in the analysis. So this one is item total statistic. Item total statistic is the Kronberg alpha coefficient is rated at 0.87, indicating that the level of reliability of the survey is high and the most of the items highly contribute towards the composite of the scale. There seems to be a considerable discrepancy between the two, and items that the correlate lower can be reconciled to be within prevalence range for inclusion. Overall, it is indicative to the scale being available, valid, well-designed, and consistent. For the regression coefficient, the regression coefficient could be inaccurate because of the multicollinearity with Canadian-born migrants' performance and ability. Employee well-being and self-perceived organizational support much to be the most important metrics when measuring determination of job performance. Also, the converts who return back to career show a significant negative weighting effect, which are recommended to look for in the future. In this model, self-efficacy is shown not to explain any variation in job performance. This one is key statistical result. Well-being and organizational support positively impact performance, and self-efficacy had no significant direct impact. High correlation between organizational support and adaptability. For the conclusion, well-being and organizational support are critical for performance. Career adaptability needs careful management. Organization should enhance support program. So this is our recommendation. Recommendation is implement workplace well-being initiative, foster supportive organizational culture, provide career adaptability and self-efficacy training, and further research on long-term impacts. So this one is our reference. Then it's all from us. Thank you, Dr.